friends. Hello, friendos, friendettes, friends, whoever you are. Welcome to potentially the biggest meme of Local Hack Day, or should I say Global Ryan Week. I'm Jacqueline from Major League Hacking. Most people call me Jack. I'm from Blahaj Gang. I'm that weird girl leader you've seen everywhere. And I am so excited for this stream. I hope you are having the best Local Hack Day ever. And yes, it's called Local Hack Day, despite the fact it's 8 days. No, I don't understand either. What are we doing here today? We've got people from all around the world. We've got people who it's morning, it's evening, it's the middle of their night. No matter who you are, no matter where you're from. Hey, Blahaj, people are saying hi to you. No matter where you're from, it's awesome to have you. In fact, let me know in chat where you are from, because I am very curious. But believe it or not, today's stream is not entirely based on memeing Ryan Swift. Obviously, there's some level of that. Ryan Swift is a meme and he needs to be memed. But hey, I'm here for all of you to have some fun, and we're going to learn something new today. This is going to be similar to something I did in March challenges, but we're going to actually be building something useful. We've got Jellybean from the East Coast, and they got a very important question of this. Is this going to be recorded afterwards? Yes, we've got all the VODs. We've got people from Toronto. Hey, Toronto, I'm in Toronto. Pakistan, we've got people from the UK. As you can probably tell, that's where I'm from. Got people from Malaysia, from India, from the Blahaj Gang, from Texas, Halifax, the Philippines. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this one. But yeah, you got people from everywhere. That's really, really cool. It is amazing to have all of you. I hope you're having an incredible Local Hack Day. We're going to be getting into a little bit of web scraping very, very shortly. But before we do, it wouldn't be Local Hack Day if we didn't have impressive amounts of admin work to do before we jump into things. So what I'm going to do is, for the rest of the stream, this wonderful bit of text is going to scroll along just at the bottom of me. And long story short, you just need to follow the instructions on there. It's pretty easy. And if you're here with a guild, you need to make sure you do. Because if you don't go and check in with your guild, then guess what? You're not going to get any points. And if you don't get points, your guild is not going to win, and Blahaj Gang is. Because I can tell you now, Blahaj Gang is going to check in. So let me share my screen, and I'm going to show you what we need to do. It's Local Hack Day share. I'm sharing my screen, staying on brand. It's important. But if we open this and I vamoosh this is my desktop background, and this is my desktop. I am a member of the Ryan Swift fan club, but we're not looking at that right now. What we are looking at most importantly is we are taking a look at here. In fact, we're taking a look at the LHD share event reminders on Discord. If you can't see this channel, you need to head over to discord.mlh.io and follow all the instructions on there. Then when you're there, go check into Local Hack Day in the Local Hack Day share check-in channel, click the little emoji, and you should be able to see this event reminders channel. When you found the event reminders channel, you need to go and follow these important instructions first before we get to the memes. And if you're like me and you can read, you will see the words here, go check in first. So you want to go and click this link. Now, if you don't feel like doing that, you can also just go to hackp.ac/yeet. That will also work. I will go and throw that in chat right now, because I know many of you will entirely ignore me telling you to do that. So hackp.ac/yeet is where you want to go. When you are on this page, there is a very important button to press, and it is this login or register button. If you're not already logged in or registered, give it a click. It's going to load. It's going to take you to a registration form, but you're probably already registered. So scroll down and click this sign in button. Go log in with your email and your password. My password is ILoveRyan120. And then it's going to take you back to this. And this time it's going to say register and check in. We're going to click this. It's going to register us and check in. And it's going to say you are checked in. When you are checked in, you're good to go. And we're ready to jump into the stuff with this workshop. If you don't check in, you're not going to be able to go and get the points. And also, as a reminder, I've tweeted on @JackBiggin. If you go quote tweet that, and make sure you use hashtag Local Hack Day, tweet a link to a stream, share the love, then you can go and get an extra point as well by submitting on the weekly challenges form. So, hey, this is a really easy way to get your tweets in. I'm going to be here for the next hour and 50 minutes, where we're going to have a go at doing some web scraping and building potentially something quite useful. And then once we have done that, I'm actually going to be here for the next hour after that as well, where me and Ryan Swift are going to be playing GeoGuessr live on stream. I can't think of anything more amazing than that either. No. But let's jump into actually what we're doing today. Now, I was thinking that I wanted to do something Local Hack Day themed, because the aim of this kind of workshop is to build something that helps your community. And my community is the Blahaj Gang. They're my guild. You might have your own guild, and that's totally cool too. And I realized, hey, we've got these announcements in Discord. We've got this schedule on the website. That's great. But what if we built a Discord bot? It scraped this website, got all the data, and then you could do a command saying like !next workshop. And it would tell you what the next workshop was and when it was. Or you could do like !today's events. And it would like tell you all the events that are happening today. You know? That is what I'm thinking would be pretty cool. And hey, if we get done quick, we could extend it. We could make it so, you know, you can do a command to see all the hackathons coming up this weekend. So that is what we're planning on doing today. Of course, there's going to be a heavy dose of memes along the way. We've got Blahaj in the background, friends. We've got all the memes. And we're going to jump straight into doing this. Now, many of you are probably saying, hey, I'm just going to go and, you know, use a Python library. And you totally could. But actually, what I wanted to teach you today is that, you know, sitting down and being like, hey, I'm going to code something from scratch isn't always the right way of doing things. And there's a very important reason for that. Say you are an expert in Python and you've used, like, for example, Beautiful Soup millions of times and you want to go and throw it online. That's cool. That works. But today, actually, I'm going to use something called a software as a service, a SaaS. It's called Autocode. And what it does is it makes it way easier to do stuff like web scraping, to pull data from Google Sheets, which, by the way, is what MLH's website does. That's all where it all comes from on the local Hack Day website. And basically, it means by the end of this workshop, as long as you follow along, it's not really a workshop, live coding session, you're going to be able to walk away with a bot that actually works. And in my opinion, that is pretty cool. And so what I want you to do is head over to autocode.com. And it's going to take you to something that looks a bit like this. I'm going to go and throw the link into chat as well. If you've heard of Standard Library, they used to be a sponsor at loads of different hackathons. You've probably used it before. But the really cool thing about Autocode is it lets you really quickly make things. And today it's going to be a Discord bot that scrapes web data and then returns it to a person, as well as, you know, throwing in some very important memes, because memes are important, friends. And, you know, if you're sitting here saying, hey, I don't want to go pay for something, don't worry. They have a perfectly good free tier you can use. You know, you get like 100,000 requests every month. And so, like, don't worry, you don't need to pay for anything on this, which is pretty good. So what I want you to do is click this Start Building for Free button, go make an account. While you're doing that, I'm just going to go and sign in with the one I know I already have. And, you know, you want to get your account, you want to log into it. And when you've done that, you know, you're ready to go. So when you see a screen that looks vaguely like this, it might look a little bit different. But, you know, this is what mine looks like because I've already created some things. You know, you'll see this and then you're good to go. And, you know, don't worry about following this along real time. I'm going to be going pretty fast. I want to be like fully transparent. This is not necessarily a workshop. It's going to be I'm going to code something. You can try and code at the same time. If you are watching on YouTube, you can go back and rewind if I talk too fast about something. But when I've got my account set up, I'm going to hit this new project button. And this is basically going to launch this web-based IDE. So just to kind of give you a bit of an idea of what's going on here, TLDR, we're not actually going to be using this project. Just wanted to show you it. This is a very simple web app. It's included. Stuff on Standard Library is coded using Node.js. If you've heard of JavaScript, just JavaScript running on the server. And we don't need to download anything. And we can actually click this run button in the bottom left-hand corner, right-hand corner even. It's this green button. And what this run button does is it actually deploys it for us. And so this all in one place lets us write some code, lets us test it, and then lets us deploy it. And so that's kind of the idea of what's going in. When I'm actually coding, I will be zooming in, don't worry. And, you know, I know I'm going fast right now, but that's because we only have a 2-hour time slot. And right now I'm just introducing things. When we get to actually coding things, I'm going to slow down. Don't you worry. But what we're going to do is when we get here is we want to start with a Discord bot because we're going to integrate web scraping into it. But as its core, it's going to be a Discord bot, which we're going to create. So you can run, you know, you can run some code. You run it's very like using Replit, yeah, except it has some magic superpowers, Dark Mark Discord. So it's very similar in terms of you get an online IDE, you can run everything in the cloud, but the kind of magic bit of Autocode is that it makes it very easy to connect to different things and it kind of makes it very easy to do web scraping. And so, yeah, as Mr. Rystone is saying, all you need to do is create an account on autocode.com. That's all I've done so far. When you have done that, what I'm going to do is ask you to go to the link I'm putting in Discord chat right now. And that's going to take you to the page I'm on. Now, as developers, it can be very easy to say, hey, I know everything. I'm just going to go and dive straight into this. I'm going to code it. I don't need any starter code. And hey, maybe you don't need any starter code. But personally, I think it's always a good idea to start with a little bit because that way, you're not going to go off entirely the wrong direction. So once you've got your account set up and you clicked the link in Twitch chat, it's going to take you to here. I want you to click this big green install free button. It's going to basically do the equivalent of Git cloning a repo. And so you're going to get your own copy of this code to mess around with. And I'm going to call mine LHD ShareBot, but you can call yours whatever you want. So yeah, it's going to install to me. It's going to be called Local Hack Day ShareBot. And I'm going to hit next. Now, the really cool thing about AutoCode is that rather than us having to go and manually create Discord credentials, rather than having to do all of that, we'll be getting to the web scraping shortly, but we do need to be connected to Discord if we're building a Discord bot that scrapes a website, of course. Normally, you'd have to go and write all of that boilerplate code, but AutoCode is actually going to do it for us, and it's going to guide us through how to make an API token, which is really good. So, it's saying, hey, you wanted to create a Discord bot? It's going to be doing your web scraping, but you need the bot. And you don't have a Discord set up. So, hey, let's press this link button and see what happens. I think it's going to walk us through everything that we need to know, which is pretty awesome. In fact, here we go. It's saying, hey, do you want to go and set this up? You need to go and assign in development. Well, this is what I used last time. I'm going to click this new resource button. And AutoCode is actually going to walk me through how to go and set up a Discord bot. So in this workshop, you're going to leave with a Discord bot, which you can adapt, and it's going to be able to scrape web data. And so we're going to be scraping the local Hack Day Share website. But by the end of this, you're going to be able to build a web scraping thing for pretty much anything that spits the data out into Discord. So I'm going to follow these instructions. It says to go to the Discord developer portal, which is where I am. And then it wants me to press this new application button. You should just follow these exact same instructions like I am right now. All I'm doing is doing what it says. It's saying, hey, create an app, give it a name. Well, I'm going to call it LHD ShareBot. And it's going to go and set me up with all of this, which is pretty awesome. Next step is going to need my client ID, and it's going to need my client secret. And it's telling me I can find these on this page, which by the look of it, I can. I can see my client ID and my client secret. So I'm going to go and copy my client ID, and I'm going to go and paste it here. And then I'm also going to get my client secret, and I'm going to copy it. But I'm not done. I'm not going to show that on stream. So let me just kind of paste it in off stream, because I know what you're like. I know if I give you my secret here, you're going to do craziness. Awesome. And then now I've done that, I just pasted that in. It's going to say, hey, the next you need to do is add an OAuth2 redirect. And what it means by that is it means it just needs to be able to say, hey, when this logs in, send me back here. And again, we don't have to go and set everything up. AutoCode is going to do it for us. So we can just kind of copy this and we add a redirect. Where does the redirect go? I can never find it. OAuth2, here we go. Add a redirect, and we can just paste this in here. Next step. And then finally, we need to create our bot. And it's going to tell us we need to do it, right? This is the really cool thing about AutoCode. This is a web scraping workshop. This isn't a Discord workshop. And it means within 5 minutes, we can stop worrying about all of this really, really annoying Discord bot stuff. It means we can just dive straight into coding. And so here we go. I've created a bot. It's called LHD ShareBot, and I can get this token. So I'm going to copy this token, and then I need to paste the token in here. Again, I don't really want to show that token on stream, so I'm just going to go and paste this in off stream and hit finish. Now I've done that, what it's going to do is it's going to say, hey, I need you to log in. We want to connect this bot to a server so we can use the commands. And so I'm going to add it to the Lahaj Gang server. You can add it to whatever. I just have a server I'm admin on, but you do need to be admin on the server. So just a heads up. And then it's going to need all of these permissions. I'm just going to give it everything. It probably doesn't actually need every permission, but it's easier to give it all of them than to not, and then we can curtail it in after the workshop. And if you can't find client ID, don't worry. Under general info, that's where it is. After you've created your bot, it's going to look like here. Now, if you're wondering, hey, how do I get the Discord developer portal? Don't worry about finding the Discord developer portal. what I'm going to recommend you do instead is you just go to the autocode link I shared earlier. I can go and grab that again in a second, because the autocode link is actually, in fact, there you go, it's on the screen right now. It's going to walk you through it. When you try and create a Discord bot, it's going to say, hey, actually, you need to create a new resource. You need to go to the developer portal, set this up. And so, yeah, long story short, that's why I'm not saying, oh, here's the Discord developer portal, because I don't want you to skip these steps. I want you to follow along at that link. So I'm going to leave that there for a bit. And that's what I want you to do. And well done, Melon Yellow. You were able to keep up. I am super proud of you. You did good. So we've gone and set up our Discord bot. And then we now have this nice big install app button. So I'm going to click this install app button. It's going to go and basically install us into the cloud. So it's going to download all the packages. It's going to make sure everything's working. And we now have effectively what is a VM in the cloud running a Discord bot, which is pretty awesome. You know, we've only just got started. Here's all of this. And it's like, hey, this is a basic Discord bot. This README has everything we need to know. We can open this functions folder on the sidebar. We can go into events. We can go into Discord. And then, hey, we've got this bot mention.js. So let's have a look at this bot mention.js. This is a load of code. We'll get back to what that does in a minute. In chat, Irish says, hey, you know, after client ID, what do we do? Well, you just paste the client ID in, and then you just follow the instructions of what's popped up. It will guide you through it. It will guide you through getting to this point. So just read the instructions, you know, provide the client ID, the client secret, hit next. It's going to be like, hey, you know, I need you to go and set up OAuth so I can authenticate as you. And so follow that. That's what you need to do. Hey, Mara, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good one. And so what permissions does the bot need? I would recommend, for the sake of a workshop, to just give it everything, and then we can come back after and look at what it actually needs. The reason I recommend giving your bot every single permission is that it makes it so you're not doing massive amounts of debugging and you're like, hey, oh my God, why is it not working? It's broken. And then you discover it's actually not broken. You just forgot to give it the permission to read messages. And so that's why I recommend just give it everything. But let me just show you what this bot does right now. It's not a super advanced bot, but it already does something. And if I open the server I installed my bot on, this Blahaj going on, and, you know, I go into the treehouse, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag this bot. And, you know, this bot is called LHD ShareBot. So let's do @LHD ShareBot. It is a user. I can tag it. And if I ping it, it's going to reply and be like, hey, you mentioned me. I saw you mention me. Like, hey, I'm a bot and here I am. And it's going to reply with this message. So that's pretty cool, right? We have already made it. So we have a bot that works. But this is a web scraping workshop. You know, we need to actually do things that are actually useful and they're actually scraping things. I'm curious, can you DM the bot? Does that work? Let's have a go. I'm not sure. Let me just kind of do this. Let's do @LHD ShareBot. Yeah, I can DM the bot, so I can develop it in DMs, which is pretty cool as well. We don't even have to spam the entire channel. And so now we've got that working. Let's go and make it so we're scraping from the local Hackday website. Now, if you've never heard of web scraping before, let me give you a quick explanation. You might have heard of stuff like APIs, and APIs or application programming interfaces. They let you go and pull data from services such as Twitter. So you can be like, hey, I need 1,000 tweets tweeted by this person. And Twitter has an API. And so all you got to do is, you know, go and connect to the Twitter API, pull all the data. Amazing. Super easy. No big deal. But what if instead of it was Twitter, it was Bob's garden website? He posts a different picture of a plant every day. And Bob doesn't know what an API is. He thinks it's some kind of tablet and he takes it for his hearing. Then that's not going to be so useful. You know, at the end of the day, you know, Bob is not going to have an API. He's just going to have a plain text HTML website. And so, like, at the end of the day, you can't always rely on it being a website. And so web scraping lets us get around this. It lets us pretend to be a human and go to a website and be like, hey, I want all your data. Can I have all your data, please? And so that is a really cool part of web scraping. It lets you connect to something which doesn't necessarily have a direct connection, read all the data, and then use that data in your own apps. So in this case, the local Hackday website, lhd.mlh.io, it doesn't have an API, but there's this really cool schedule here. And we would love to be able to get all of this data in it. And so we can scrape this schedule, probably, fingers crossed, hopefully, and then provided it works, we can go and use it. Now, somebody says, hey, I've got to a code bit. How do I get the bot to message? Just go to whatever server the bot is on and tag it, and it will reply to you. And Mr. Ricefame is like, I really hope the MLH website doesn't crash today. Don't worry. I also really hope we don't crash the local Hackday website by doing this. Cool. So we've got our Discord bot set up. Let's dive into web scraping. Now, autocode is pretty cool in the sense that it lets you do lots of stuff pretty easily. So first of all, I'm going to go and comment out all the code that is provided in this bot mention.js. We're going to ignore command.js for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and just to prove I can still do stuff. If I do like, so I'm going to actually, let me strip this all out a bit. So I'm going to say, hey, let message response be, okay, I want to create a message in Discord and then wait. I want it to return my response in the channel. I want it to be this content. And then this is to like include an embed. I don't think we actually need an embed here. I think we can just go and do this. And so what this is going to look like is something along the lines of, so I'm going to say, hey, name. Let's say, hey, name, Ryan Swift is my hero. And that's all it's going to do. And then on the next line, it can be like, you mentioned me in a message. Here I am. And it's just going to return this text. So let's see if that works. On autocode to do that, we're going to go in the bottom right-hand corner. There's going to be this save button. We're going to hit save. And then when we hit save, we're going to click this green run button. Now, you might say a thing saying, hey, this didn't work. This is broken. That's fine. That's normal because, ultimately, it doesn't know it's coming from us. And so now if we go on to Discord, then what we can do is we can do @LHD sharebot. And hopefully it will reply. But wait, it's not. It's broken. And so, sometimes things don't work as intended when we're programming. If that happens, we need to have a look at our logs. In the bottom right-hand corner, that's left, not right. Lahaj, keep me in check, right? Directions are difficult. You want to click this View Logs button. And this is going to tell you all the logs. And so it says, hey, one or more of the parameters didn't match. It looks like I screwed up and made a typo. So, we're developers. If that happens, we just hit undo until it works again, pretty much. I'm going to suspect it's something to do with the way I handled this payload. A really cool little trick you can do here is if you click on a bracket, it will highlight the other bracket. And so let's have a look. I think I need to get rid of these fields. I need to get rid of this embed. I need to get rid of this join. And then this needs a comma, I think. Yeah, I think that should fix it. And so now, we've debugged. We're going to hit save. We're going to hit run. And then we're just going to hope it works. So let's do @LHD sharebot. Is it going to talk to me? Is it not? Big thing with live streams is that you can guarantee it will break if it can break. What do you mean you didn't match? One or more parameters did not match. Interesting. I have never seen it do this before. I wonder what happens if I leave a bit of the embed there. Yeah, I think I do need the join, but oh, hang on, I know why. What this join does is it goes and connects these lines together. And so, yeah, the join is really important. It means that it joins the lines together and sends it as a singular message. Thank you so much, Red Lamp, for catching that, because I missed that entirely. Super appreciate you. And so now what I can do is I can go and try running this again. Hopefully this time it's going to work and we can actually get on with web scraping, the important stuff. Yay, amazing. We're getting a response. And if we look in our logs now, we can say, hey, it worked. It's got an okay. Okay, so instead of just returning some text, so we're going to want to go and return something that was scraped, something that was web scraped. And how do we actually do that? I've never done that before. I'm a new developer who's never touched things. Well, we have this convenient workflow generator button in the top right-hand corner. And it's a really cool feature of Standard Library, and it's why I love this thing. because it means we can go and call things very, very easily. It turns out that window does not pop up properly if you click it when you're zoomed in. There we go. So I can say, yeah, so Centipede is pretty much nailed it. What we're going to do is we're going to get the HTML of the website and we're going to extract the tags. That is exactly what we're doing. And rather than just writing the code to do that manually, well, let's follow this workflow and then tweak it as needed. So which API do I want to call? I want to go and call the web scraping API, which is not showing up. I love it when it doesn't show up. That makes me so incredibly happy. This isn't supposed to happen. Give me a second. Let me work out where it is hiding. It'll be here somewhere. I think they might have renamed it. Is it in utils? Let's have a look. Autocode web scraping. When in doubt, just Google it. It's called the crawler query. That's why. They have called it something different, and I didn't realize they had called it something different. So if I call it crawler, yes. Okay, so that's what you want to do, is you want to go and select crawler. People ask me to zoom in. I'm zooming in as much as it lets me when I press the thing. But yeah, so workflow generator, we want to do a crawler, and in our action, we want to go and query or scrape a provided URL based on CSS selectors. Adam asked in chat, is Ryan aware of what I'm doing? He has no idea. He also doesn't know that the bot is going to respond with his face, but that bit's just not done yet. And so we're going to select this action. We're going to go and query, and it's going to open up this form. And this is going to help us build what we need. And so, hey, the first thing we need to do is we need to scrape a URL. And my URL is going to be localhackday.mlh.io because that's where my schedule is. See? Just here. And so I'm going to go and paste the URL in here. And it's going to give me a nice green tick to say, hey, this seems like it's good. Mr. Restream, I'll explain in just a second. Hello, Ryan. Can't believe you're here. You know, we've got Blahaj here already. And then we want to go and set up our user agent. We're going to leave it at this for now. There's a chance if the website is behind something like Cloudflare, it might not like this. If that happens, we'll come back and we can fix it. It's no big deal. TLDR, we need to say, hey, I promise I'm Ryan Swift. I'm not some super mega uber hacker trying to break into your website. That's basically what the user agent is. It's just saying, hey, I'm this type of device. And then these selector queries. So we would need to do these even if we were actually coding. And the selector says, hey, we need the selector to query the data to be retrieved. What does this mean? Well, every website, when you actually kind of look at it, is made using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Love, Sweat, and Tears. And Local Hack Day's website is no different, except rather than Tears, it's done using Ryan Swift. And if we look at this, we can see there's some HTML, and we've got this thing where it says section ID schedule. And section ID schedule is probably where all of this is hiding. You know, it's a schedule. We want to get the data from the schedule. And then let's go and dive into what actually is on this. So we can say, hey, if we hover over it, it will actually show us what we need. And we're currently hovering over schedule, so that's all of this. And then if I go down, oh, interesting. So there's this thing called Learn Sect Free Schedule Wrap. That is also the name of my new mixtape coming soon on iTunes. But then inside it, there's all of these different divs. These are interesting. They are different things, and they've all got the class of Learn Sect Free INDI. Okay, so let's go and Command F, and ooh, interesting. By the look of it, they only are these. That's pretty convenient, right? At the end of the day, every single one of these is got the CSS class, and that's what's styling it in the way it is, of learn-sect-free.indi. And so if we're building something to web scrape it, we can go and say, hey, I want you to go and search for every single div with the class of that. And so, hey, the selector to query, well, in CSS, a dot means a class. So we can do dot learn-sect-free-indi. And then, you know, what data do we want to get out of this? Well, for now, let's just get the HTML. We can have a look at it and see if there's anything better. But we can have a look. Attributes, we're not going to worry about setting that. And then map queries, we'll put on 1. I don't know what that does, but we're going to find out. Ryan's like, it would probably be too mean to update the website, while this is happening. Ryan about would be too mean. The only website update you're allowed to do during this is to make Blahaj Gang win. If you want to give us a double points multiplier, that is allowed. But I suspect, considering how much you don't like Blahaj Gang, that's just not going to happen. And also, if you do it, Blahaj will cry. And you don't want to see Blahaj cry, because he's a 1 meter long stuffed shark from IKEA, and I don't think he has tear ducts. So yeah. Okay, so we've got all of this set up. Now we've set this up, we can go and have a look at this. And what this is the JavaScript code, which it's using a JavaScript library like any other. Except rather than us having to work out what to put into everything, it's automatically kind of auto-completed for us. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So now we can hit this insert code button. And now you can see we have some code and it will go and in theory, query local hack days website. And so what I'm going to do is copy all this code it's generated, Command X, so cut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and, oh, hang on, let me think real quick. Yeah, we'll run it here for now. That's what we'll do. And we'll see what happens. If I run this, I don't think anything's going to really happen. But what I'm more interested in is if it's going to break. Now, Mr. Iceflame is like, they're confused and they're lost. Just as a quick recap of what I did is I clicked this workflow generator in the top right. I basically went into which API to call and I called crawler. And then I said, hey, I want to query/scrape based on CSS. For the URL, I used localhackday.mlh.io. And then we also went and set all of this up. If you're curious on the specifics of what we put in here, head over to youtube.com, go to Major League Hacking's YouTube channel. And then on there, you can actually, even when the stream is live, go backwards and rewind and catch up. So if you are behind and you're confused, do not worry. Now, SunderB in chat is having an issue and it's saying, hey, save error, function definition error. Well, to me, it's looking like you're missing a semicolon. So have a look at your code, see if you can work out what's wrong. As soon as I got this definitely running, I will also paste in my code and send it to you all. And so you can take a look and see what is going on. But let me get that all working first before I send it to you, because I don't want to be sending you broken code. Okay, so if I look at my logs, nothing's broken yet. And I'm going to save it again. Going to make sure it's definitely saved. And it looks like it's definitely saved. So if I do @LHD share bot, it says, hey, you mentioned me in a message. And that code's here, which means this code had to run to get to this point, because code gets run top to bottom. And so, hey, I can look at this and it definitely did. We can see in our logs, run a bot. And it also didn't spit an error out, which is very, very interesting. So how do we get all of this data? If you're having problems, friends, don't worry, we'll come back to it. But how do we actually use all of this stuff? We've got tons of different stuff here. Well, what we can do is, for now, is just do console.log result.crawler.page data. And the really cool thing about this is it will actually autocomplete for you. That's why it's called autocode. And so, we can go into the query results. We can get each individual result. But for now, I'm just going to say, hey, every bit of page data you retrieved, I want to be logged into the console. And for people who are asking where to find console.log on autocode, it's kind of hidden, but in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see this view logs button. And that's how you get into the online console. Because effectively how this works is all of the code is just running on a VM. And so it is literally just outputting the VM kind of logs here. So now if I do @LHD share, fingers crossed. Oh, interesting. Well, it's run and it's saying, hey, I crawled this and I got this user agent and I got these query results. Isn't that interesting? But this says object, but like Local Hack Day's website doesn't say object. Like my favorite object is a Blahaj. Like I don't see a Blahaj on a Local Hack Day share website. Well, what this means is it means it's not just a variable. It's not just a single bit of text. It contains it. So it might be an array. It might be a literal object, but it's probably something where it's like a key value pair. And what I mean by that is it's like, if you know what JSON is, it's storing multiple pieces of data. And so it can't just spit it all out on the page. In the same way that if you have like every color M&M in your mouth on the at once, if you spit them all out, they're not going to be nicely sorted. It's going to be a mess. And that's why this is a mess. Same kind of principle. You're getting no query results, so don't worry, because again, I will, if you're having problems, be putting my code on a pastebin and throwing it into chat as soon as this is definitely correct code. I promise I'm not going to not do that to you. So, hey, let's keep going. Because we can get the URL, but we don't care about that. We care about the query results. These query results are what are containing all these objects. So let's do page data dot query results. And then, oh, you didn't do the dot for the class. Yeah, that can be what causes it. And I want to do 0. So I want to get the first query results data. And I want to get the HTML inside of it. So we're going to print the HTML of the first thing on the page that has the class of learn-sect-free-indi. Okay? And Ali Pineapple has a really good question of, could you use something like this on Facebook or Instagram? Yeah, probably. You're welcome to have a go. Although Facebook and Instagram and many large social media platforms like them do have a built-in API. And the really cool thing about that is that it means you don't have to go for all of this. Instead, you can just be like facebook.get user data brackets name, and it will give it to you. Think of web scraping as kind of like the second choice. It's not ideal. It can break at any time, but actually it's pretty good. And that's kind of like what we're doing here. And so, let's see what happens if I save this and try running it with this auto-completed code. Because I'm curious, is this going to work? So I've hit save and it said, hey, it's deployed. So let's do @LHDShareBot. Yeah, web scraping is kind of preferred when you have no API. Oh, wow, this is big, but hey, this looks useful, right? This looks more useful than Ryan does. Like, we can use this. This is really exciting. So hey, if you are not up to this point, I'm going to go on to Pastebin, and I'm going to go and paste in everything that might be useful. But what I am going to say is heads up. Like one thing to be aware of is at the end of the day, there's no guarantees my code will work if your environment isn't set up properly. So for example, if you didn't go through the Discord bot setup, it's not going to work. So just kind of make sure you have set up your Discord bot, because if you copy paste my code, it's not going to give you access to mine or anything. And so cool, we have the ability to do these logs. So let's keep exploring. And rather than printing the HTML, well, I can also print the text. And so what happens if I print this text to my console? Does it give us anything useful? Let's hit save and let's give it a go. So, I'm here. I'm going to do @LHDShareBot. Are we going to get the same? Is it going to be different? Oh, interesting. We're getting undefined. I wonder why we're getting undefined. Well, we're probably getting undefined because when we set up our bot, we asked it to give us HTML. We didn't ask it to give us text. And so let's see what happens if I do say, hey, give me all the text on this web page. I'm not quite sure yet which of the two I need. Which one's going to make my life easier? It might be better to have just a load of text and then we can go through it line by line. Or it might be better for us to actually have it as HTML. And then we can do a regex to go and look into it. But I'm not sure yet. So we're going to find out. So we've saved this. Let's see what happens if I do set it to text. And let's see what it does return. Let's do @LHDShareBot. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to go and mute this channel, which Adam is currently going slightly crazy in, because it is kind of annoying, isn't it? In fact, it's not just kind of annoying. It is potentially the most annoying thing ever, to the extent where I'm just going to leave the server, because otherwise I'm going to cry at hearing Discord notification sound 5 times a minute. Okay, so here is what we get if we do it as text. We get all in just one big lump, but we could maybe make this work. It's not ideal, but I think this is going to make our life harder. I think this is going to make life really, really difficult because we're going to have to split it. So I think even though we're going to have to do like annoying stuff with regex with HTML, it's probably better for us to use HTML. So let's change that back and see if it still works. Mr. iFrame, you're having an unknown channel error. Then chances are you not got your channel ID set up properly. You know, you make sure you didn't yeet your channel ID by accident. I have gone and made it so, you know, if you look at the pastebin I sent you in chat, that should have everything. But what I am also going to say is, you know, if you didn't go through Discord bot setup properly or you missed a step, then it's not going to work. But don't worry, if that happens, just go make a new bot and just follow the instructions and you'll be fine. So cool, if I do at LHG share bot this time around, fingers crossed, we're going to get exactly what we wanted. Okay, now, this is useful, but let's have a look at the inspect element for it. This is useful, and it's kind of mangled a bit, but that's fine. So H1, and then it's got all of these different ones underneath. It would be useful if I could log this to a file, but I'm not sure if I can. So let's for Google. Autocode log to file. Built-in error reporting. Interesting. That's probably not what we're looking for. You know, I don't think I can log to a file because this isn't designed to be a VM, which I store stuff in persistently. But that's, I think, fine. Let's kind of take it a step further. So we know that we'll kind of do it. We'll work out the kind of logic at some point to kind of work out how to make it so things are done for every day and it will detect the day. But first, I want to make it so we're splitting this up and we're turning it for this singular one, this first one, into something useful. And I know there is, if I go to the local Hack Day Share website and I look at this, inside each of these, there is a div in a H1, and then underneath there is this wrap, and then a list, and then a list, and then inside these is these list items, which contains everything. So that's pretty awesome. Hey, oh my God, it's been so long since I saw you. I was the one you gave me the switch. I don't know if you're around, and I don't know if it was you, but I was the one who got the switch at UAT Hacks a while back. I loved it. It was awesome. So yeah, like Autocode has a big place in my heart right now. So yeah, we've got this. We want to try and work out how it's going to work next. So let's have a look. That's behaving strange. And what I'm going to do is, rather than I'm trying to work out the best way of doing this. I know I need to use a regex, and I don't know actually how to regex HTML. Like, I want to be upfront with you. Like, I'm doing this on the fly. So let's see. Let's actually see what happens. Like, let's take this a step back and let's go and get I'm going to select one of these, and I'm going to go and edit as HTML, and I'm going to copy this into a regex generator. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a play around with this. And regex, if you've not heard of it before, is basically, oh, that is ugly, is a way of kind of finding data in a thing. And so I think we could use a match group here, I think, but I'm not sure. I might need your help in chat. It has been a while since I last did regex. I'm thinking, you know, there's definitely going to be, for the day, these H1 class of blah, blah, blah. And then there's going to be an end of H1. And we want to get whatever's in the middle of this. And so let's have a Google, regex match group. I want to get as many kind of letters as there is, or characters, in the middle of this. Can I view the solution of this? I can. So I can say, hey, I'm going to need your help in chat, friends, because I am terrible at regexes here. But I want to be able to match. Let's go. I'm just going to do a really, really hacky one for now, just to see what happens. If I do March 28th sun, does that work? I'm going to presume no. But I am curious. I'm really, really curious. No. You may also be able to use Resolver and pull data. Oh, can you? That is interesting. How would I use the Resolver? Because, yeah, regexing this looks painful. Where would I find said Resolver? Because I am interested in using a Resolver. Because like this is super nice. This is really nice to be able to pull the data, but I need to work out. There's the selector, yeah. Oh, that's a really good point. So what I'm trying to work out is my use case is I want to be able to pull all the data for every day. And then long term, I'm going to go and basically loop for all of these and turn these into one big object. So I kind of effectively want to scrape the contents of my output, I guess. I want to get all of this and then kind of go into it all individually. which seems possible. Because like I can definitely like, let me just out of curiosity to see what happens if I do find this and then find the title and find the H2 class of white. And I'm going to presume this is going to return all of them, but I'm actually really curious. I want to see what happens. So I want to do this and then title and then this H2. So in theory, this should just return all the names, which isn't what I want, but it's going to be a step in the right direction. We could do multiple scrape queries. I'm also a huge fan of not bringing the local Hack Day share website offline midway through a workshop. I suspect that wouldn't go down very well, but like we can have a go. But let's see what this actually outputs, because I'm really, really curious. Because if this is outputting useful data, we can do it really hackily, because this is a 2-hour stream. I'm fine with it being hacky. I broke it. Okay, well, wait a minute. Cannot read the HTML of undefined. Interesting. What did I do wrong? I forgot the dot. That's why. As a developer, you'll quickly realize your screw-ups are probably just typos. You're probably not actually doing anything wrong. I mean, yeah. It'll give you an array in queries. Will it? Interesting. God, this is so nice. Let's do our LHG share bot. And it's not yelling at me. And it's not yelling at me there. Okay. And yeah, here we go. So our first one is this. Okay. Oh, should we just be really hacky, friends? I think we should just be really hacky here. I'm kind of okay with that. Should we just be really hacky for now, and then we'll work out how to handle it later? I think so. So let's do 2 different kind of things. And, we'll just do 2 different kind of things where we're going to pull the data. Because I want to see like if this works. Because I'm really, really curious. Because we're still going to have to deal with this data once we have pulled it all. But my thinking is not a single, this is really hacky. Not a single local hack day event has a number in the name. And so my thinking is we just match to every single number. And if the character is a number, add a new line before it. I'm not going to say that is good development, but also this is a local hack day stream, so I think that's okay. We've been sent these really useful docs. Let me go check these out real quick. autocode.com/lib/crawler/query. This is what I like to see. It's like, I moan about docs to Aaron all the time, and these are like nice docs. I enjoy using them. And so we've got this query item, the HTML. I wish there was a text which preserved new lines, because I think that would solve everything here, but I don't think there is. But that's okay. Let's have a go of it. Let's have a play around here, just in case. Because I am really curious what this is going to output. Yeah, by the way, friends, these sessions for local hack day, there is a difference between all the workshops are running and these. The idea of these is, we get to have a dive into a topic in a bit more in depth. Going into a workshop, I don't necessarily know about everything we're going to be dealing with today. And instead of a header, I'm going to be having a look and seeing if I go and try and pull the Oh, I have an idea. I bet this will work. What if I do resolver text attribute for this? Give me a second. I need to work out how to do this. Okay, here's the thing I'm struggling with, friends. Yeah, I can run it from here. This is no. These are great. These are brilliant. Okay, I'm gonna see what happens with this. I'm really, really interested. Okay, so this is gonna be the list of these. I wonder if. Ooh. Okay, here's what I'm trying to work out, friends. I am trying to get it, so I need to get it just for one of these, not for all of these. And really irritatingly, this ID, only the first one has an ID. So this is entirely like a logic kind of issue. What if I pull w-dyn items? Let's have a go at pulling w-dyn-items. And let's see if this gives us anything useful. Because, without having to run the bot the entire time, this is actually way quicker to debug, which is why I like it. So if I do items instead of item, bear with. Cool. And then run this. Oh, interesting. Well, that isn't useful because that is just giving us a big mess of things. But what if I spit it out as HTML? Oh, this could be more useful. Well, these are the challenges though. Interesting. So it looks like these are stored in the same way as all the challenges on the website. So let's take a step back. We want list items that are inside a learn sect free indie. And so let's see what happens if I do that. So let's do .this and then these items. And let's run this. And let's actually do this as HTML, as text, sorry. Okay. I'm zooming in as well as I can. It doesn't go all the way, but here we go, friends. We have usable data, right? This is interesting. This is going to be hacky, but this is going to work. This is ideal. Okay. Okay, friends, we've got this. I know how this is going to work. So, because this is autocode, we can just copy paste this, and this makes me happy. Oh, we can't. Can we? We can copy this bit onwards, this result bit. And then let's head back over here. And in fact, no, actually, I'm just going to make my life really easy. I'm just going to copy this. And I'm going to copy this in. I can get rid of the second one. So let me just take a step back. Here is what I'm thinking. I'm going to say we're going to ignore the dates on the local hack day website. You know, we don't care about these dates because we are people and we can tell when local hack day started. And so we know the first object contains Sunday's data, March 28th. The second contains March 29th, and so on and so forth. And so then that way, you know, knowing that, we can ignore these dates and we can worry about just scraping the actual individual events. And so if we come into our code and we can do exactly what we did here, let's copy these selector queries over. And I will go and paste in all of this for you all again in a second. Don't you worry. So we've got this. This is going to go and get us all of the items. So if I save this real quick so I can demo it in a second. But then if I look in here, not here, in here, where has it gone? I've lost it. Scroll over here. Here we go. So the response to what we get for this is this. And so the first object contains the text for our first day. Our second object contains the text for our second day, and our third day, and our fourth day, and so on and so forth. And so what we can do is we can go and dynamically work it out. So for example, if I come here and I go and pull the text, and I want to get query results 0 text, and instead of console.logging it, I'm going to leave that on anyway, but I'm also going to go and make it so that is printed to the console. Oh, sorry, it's printed to Discord. And so we can kind of be pretty, you know, we can see what happens if we do this. I'm going to save this, and I'm just going to go in blind and run that on Discord and see if anything useful happens. While that kind of deploys, Gemma says, hey, you know what am I hacking today? We are having a go at web scraping. We've never really done much web scraping, but we're having a go at using it using autocode.com, which is a really cool platform, which I've used at hackathons before, and I love it, and it's awesome. So yeah, we're having a go. And Gianna's like, Jack, hey, Gianna, how are you doing? So yeah, let's do at LHC share bot, and the bot just outputted useful stuff. It says, hey, I'm a bot, but then it's outputting the first day of local hack days, like workshop, and like it's outputting the schedule. So this is ugly. Let's change this and let's go and replace it. So we're splitting on a number. If you look at the Discord, it is discord.mlh.io. So let's have a Google. Let's go and Google Node.js split string on number. Oh, I don't know how to do that. But you can do string prototype split. Can we say, hey, I want to split on one of these different things? Or does it have to be on? Interesting. Okay. I'm thinking we can loop through it, but I kind of don't want to do that because that feels ugly. because this is our, hang on, this is our data source. And so to fix the kind of, it's really easy to fix the spacing in terms of like ET. The thing I'm trying to work out is we want it to be number colon, but we want to, okay. We want to split on number colon or number colon. And we want to split before that because that way, even if it's in the afternoon, it's still going to work. Although if this is using a 12-hour clock, which it might be, but 12 p.m. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, in my head, I'm like, if there's a, but then these complicated ones screw us up. I just wish there was a way of preserving the kind of spacing the new lines. But that's fine. Let's work out kind of spacing in a second. Let's first of all like go and do some find and replaces on this to clean up this data a bit. So I'm gonna go like when you do web scraping, the data you get is gonna suck. Like that's just kind of how it is. And so what I'm gonna say is we'll worry about making this work for every single day, but we're gonna say, hey, let yeet equals this, but I want to go and find and replace Node.js. It's been so long since I did find and replace in Node.js. I can actually just do JavaScript, can't I? Find and replace in JavaScript. What does map query do? I have absolutely no idea. If you can find out, and it looked useful, Sunderbeat, I am very interested to know. And Jima, who's asking, the Discord is discord.mlh.io. So str.replace what you have with what you want. Okay. So dot replace. What I have is ET. I want to replace ET with space ET space dash. And so this should fix all of the spacing. And so then instead of printing out all of that, I'm just going to go and print yeet because I am a child. And so let's go and hit save. And then let's see if I ping LHC ShareBot now, what happens? Suddenly that is looking a lot better now, isn't it? Right? You know, suddenly this is a little bit more readable. We still need to go and fix this kind of issue, but I think we can manage this. It's at this point just a logic issue of me not knowing how to fix this. So first of all, we need to like work out what a new line looks like. I think it's a \n. So I'm going to do a really hacky thing, which you shouldn't do, just because I'm going to try and troubleshoot. But just bear with me. So I'm going to do let yeet equals yeet.replace 4 colon with \n 4 colon. And this will that is not going to work because / is an escaped character. And so amazing. Thank you so much. I will check those logs in a second. Okay, we need to do /, but we need to do kind of, how do you escape a /? I've just realized it's double /, right? Why is it still yelling at me? What is it not liking? What am I doing wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Get test equals. Okay, I don't know what I was doing wrong there. Let's do test and let's go and hit save. I think it was just updating slowly. Or I just can't code. Probably more likely the second one, not gonna lie. And let's do this. Ah, damn it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be really clever and this is gonna fix everything. It's not. But, ooh, okay. What if I am using, no, maybe not. Use a / for escape characters. Amazing. You got in late. Will the code for this project be published? Yes, we're going to throw it online. It's going to be open source and everything. I might throw it on GitHub. This is just me trying to kind of have a go at coding something live for Local Hack Day Share. But yeah, we'll try and publish it. So we got this. And okay, we've got yeet.replace. We've got, so this escapes it. This would add a new line, but it's probably not going to add a new line because it's going to take it literally. I don't know how to make it not literally. What I really want to do is I want to do a string split on the character or characters that are numbers before a semicolon. The question is, I can split on semicolon. That's let's just split on semicolon for now, and then we'll deal with that later. Okay, so let's do JavaScript, split on character. Oh, not a new line, on character. I want to split on the one before, which is the thing that's kind of tripping me up. I've never really had to do it, so dot split. So let test equal yeet dot split on colon. And this is going to look kind of funky, but I'm hoping it's going to get us closer to what we want. And so content is actually just going to equal test, and it's going to be test.join with a new line. And so basically every single semicolon is going to cause a new thing. And then it should, in theory, basically every semicolon will cause a new line, TLDR. So at LHD share bot, that worked. Let's see what is going wrong here, because that was probably my fault. Let's go back into these beautiful logs. Dooba-dooba-doo. Oh, amazing. That's what we want to see. It's looking a bit better. And so let's do at LHD share bot. What have I done wrong? Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. It was just still deploying. And so, hey, this is ugly. This, don't get me wrong, is not right. But theoretically, it is kind of working. But let's go and do that. I don't want to. Any of you at Regex Masters, like, oh, that is what I need to do here. I don't want to split on this. I need regex here. Okay, let's go and grab this. Let's throw this into, because this is going to be a lot easier to regex, right? I want to replace, let's just do a text character for now. So I want to replace a number, so 1 to 9, regex any number. /d, cool. So I want to do any number 0 to 9. And then oh God, it's been so long since I did regex. 0 to 9 colon, but then I also want it to be one or more 0 to 9s. So regex 1 or more. Yeah, regex is at the rescue. So here we go. Qualifiers, and I can do, okay. Shorthands, okay. The between, yeah, I want it between 1 and 2 times. So I can do, here we go. Okay, so \d, so a digit, between 1 to 2 times. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? Because I need to close it. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go just to kind of test this out and see what happens. Let's go and get this regex. Let's Google JavaScript regex. I have no idea how to use regex in JavaScript. And looking at these docs, I still have no idea how to use regex in JavaScript. And let's go and throw it in here. I'll zoom in for you. Don't worry, friends. It's a very big monitor, which means it looks a bit small. A really interesting question Gmail has in chat is, what would be the best first programming language to learn? The question is, it depends what you're interested in doing. Like, for example, I can say Python, but if you hate Python, then it's not going to be the best. I originally actually learned on PHP, but that's because I'm old now. I think Python is a good first one. JavaScript, if you're interested in web stuff and more interested in front end, is another good one. I personally wouldn't recommend Java, just because Java is Java. But whatever you feel comfortable with, like, have a go. I would recommend like having a go on something easy. You can split on regexes in Java. Can you? Can you really? Oh my God. Split on regex in JavaScript. I am astounded. I did not know this. This is incredible. Okay. So what we can do is we can do let test equals yeet.split on that. Oh, I love this. This is great. How did I not? Why did it not like that? What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. I need to do this. That's why. Oh, I love this so much. Okay, so this is probably going to work. And also, yeah, if you're coding Rome, C or C++ is really good. Because, like, yeah, there's like, if you want to do physical stuff, you probably do want something like that. If you want to do kind of something in software, Java. See, Java is an interesting one because I feel like Java is very much love-hate. You either love JavaScript or you like will cry if you have to build something with it. Like some people I know absolutely love it. And so I feel like if you do take a look at JavaScript, and look at Java, and you're like, hey, this is really cool. I really, really love this. I think there's no harm in like going with Java. But I would say if you do look at it and it's like, this is really confusing, like, don't be discouraged with programming. Just have a go at something else. Because like, I remember when I was first kind of learning a while back, you know, I did ultimately learn PHP. Don't learn on PHP. It's horrendous. But like, it wasn't the fact that PHP was good. It was the fact that originally I was looking to do Minecraft servers and have a go at Java. And that kind of scared me off. And so just, you know, don't be afraid is what I would say. Interesting. Okay, so this is, oh, whoops. What I want to do is I want to do this. I want to say, hey, I want to split on the regex. Let me just do console.log test real quick, and then we'll replace these with actually useful names in a second. So let's go and do save. Yeah, like I really like autocode for Discord bots as well. Like I feel like that's one of the really nice use cases for it when it's just like, oh, I need a Discord bot to do this, but I don't really feel like setting it up properly. Here we go. So it's kind of working. What is wrong with my regex? Something's wrong with my regex. That is not the behavior I was expecting. Oh, I wonder if I need to. Maybe that needs. Let me just go back into my regex editor real quick. See what's going on. So I do want to split on that. Oh, okay. I think it's because it's not technically a group here. Is this a single match or is this two matches? It's a single match. That's a single match. That's a single match. In my code. Gotcha. Okay, I know what's going on here. It is matching and it is replacing. That is what it's doing. So JavaScript match doesn't just match, it removes by the look of it. Because if you look here, my semicolon is gone. And I was not expecting my semicolon to be gone. And so let me see what's going on here. Let me just go and do test.join here. My content. What did I do wrong there? I did something wrong there. All the way back. Actually, no. Yeah, because the reason this is failing is because I need to join on test. So test.join. And that is my that's why. My content is test.join. Okay, so we're going to go and save this. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen when we run this. I'm just curious because I want to just kind of see what it spits out. Coaching is coming in clutch, being like, hey, try this. I will try this in just a second. Thank you so much. We'll check my DMs. That would be way too sensible. I will definitely share this final code. Don't worry. Like, I'm not going to hide it from you. You know, we've done it on stream together, and there's no reason for me to not send you the code. Okay. So that is doing new lines. That's good. That's positive. That's what we like. There is still this weird behavior, and Kutching is suggesting a regex to try. So let me try this. The really nice, and by nice I mean terrible, thing about the way MLH streams is that it is absolutely impossible to copy text from chat. And so I have to open a separate Twitch chat and copy from there. And so let's try this. I need to say this is a regex. Yeah, I will be honest. In my life, I have done a grand total of, well, it was officially like 12 hours of regex classes, like when I went to uni in Canada. But I actually only went to about 4 of them. And so as you can tell, I'm not a regex expert, but this person is. Now, admittedly, it's not quite the behavior I'm going for, but I'm kind of okay with that. Wait, hang on. I can really easily notice the behavior I'm going for. If I go copy that regex into crawler real quick, into crawler, into a regex expression. Okay. And then I want to just match A to B, no, A to Z, no. Any character, sorry, any letter Java's at regex. I'm going to match all of these to AZ, A to Z, A to Z. This is definitely wrong, I think, but and then it can be as many times as you want. So I want to do a regex any amount of times. Yeah, I don't really want to regex AM PM because it doesn't actually matter to me when they are. What it matters is how it's displayed. So I don't really care if like I'm fine with having the times. I care a lot more about, does it look nice more than, does it work well, if that kind of makes sense. Like, because at the same time, these are like not localized times, so it's not great behavior. But, I'm going to make you all go afterwards and have a look at it. And that's why. So 0 or more. No, I want 1 or more. That's what we want. So I can do plus. I can match for spaces and I can match for dashes. And I can match for exclamation marks. Can I? No, I didn't. Ryan Swift is screwing me with this, but that's fine. I would basically want to match any character except number. Match any character except number. So that's the hard thing. It's like kind of working out everything. Yeah, not a number. That's what I want to catch. Every single special character, but is not a number. That is super easy. I did not think of that. We can, instead of matching for everything else, we can just match for not a number. Bazinga. And now, nice. Each of these is one of them. So now, if I throw this in, this is hacky, friends. Like, this is hacky, but like, have you seen one of these streams before? Like, what are you expecting? And I will recap kind of what we're doing in a second. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I'll recap what we're doing in a second. Don't worry if you are a little bit lost. There is plenty of time to get caught up. I was lost as a child, and then now, look where I am. I'm in Canada. In Canada, it's very difficult to be lost because they've invented maps. So everything's going to be fine. Let's hit save, and let's see how this split is looking this time. Remember, for every regex match, it is a new line. That is what I want you to know here. And so if I do at LHD share bot, not what I was going for, but hey, I respect that you worked. Okay, so interesting. I have no idea why this is behaving this way. This is nothing wrong with AutoCode. This is just me being terrible at regex. Because it's working on here, but it's not working on here. I wonder if it's because of that. No, surely not. Why is my big question. Do I need to go and enclose these in like a separate thing and turn this into a group? Is that what's going on here? I don't think so, but I don't know well enough. That's the problem. It's like, I kind of know regex, I kind of don't. And the fun thing about these streams, oh, that's looking better. The fun things about these streams is that you get to watch us struggle and try and understand things, but we don't necessarily understand. And also, for the sake of my sanity, let's split that afterwards. That probably makes most sense. Actually, no, it doesn't. It's going to be annoying to do that because they're already split. So let's look at these logs, and in these logs, I have no idea why it's doing this, but it's definitely doing something. Like, JavaScript regex split works really weirdly, is kind of my takeaway from this. Like, this is not how I expected split to work in JavaScript, which is really interesting because it works fine on here. I'm wondering if I need to enclose it all in something. Wonder if I need to do like the G that is kind of automatically there. Like, Yeah, I'm not quite sure. If anyone is a regex expert in chat, I'm all ears on what I'm doing wrong because I'm not sure. I'm just here for the memes, to be honest. Like, that's my role at Local Hack Day, to meme Ryan and attempt to build things. But hey, I'm learning something. Oh, interesting. Cannot access Yeet before initialization. What did I do wrong? Interesting. Okay, so that's not initializing. And what it means by that is it means that it is not splitting properly and probably not being recognized as a regex, which isn't surprising, but it's weird. And I can hack away and do this. Like I can make this work. Oh, but oh. Hang on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me undo to where we were before. I just want to make sure we've got a working copy real quick. Sunder B has Discord DM me in a different approach. Can I ask you a favor, Sunder B? Can you throw that into Discord chat? Because I cannot open Discord on stream because I don't know what's in your DMs from before, and I don't want to accidentally show stuff on stream that you don't want showing on stream. If you throw them in chat, I can go on like Twitch and find them. Okay. What is this actually outputting? This is outputting. Okay, I don't understand why. Oh. Hang on. Text.replace. I'm doing on query result 0. Text.replace. So JavaScript.replace only first match. It only gets the first match, doesn't it? That's why it's not looking good. You need a G /G in there. Okay. So replace. And then you basically want to do it as a regex. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't actually realize you can do that with regex. And I want to replace the ET with, okay, so every instance of ET, I presume that will still work. I want to go and, yeah, replace every instance of ET with space ET space dash space. Yeah, so that should fix the formatting issue I'm having right now. It's not actually fixing the data being completely awful and like not being usable, but like, you know, I wasn't expecting it to. So yeah, cool. That's a bit cleaner. That's looking good. Now we just need to figure out with regex why we have these duplicates. Because I can get rid of them pretty easy. I can just say, hey, if there's not text in it, get rid of it. But I'm more curious about where it's coming from in the first place. Because as far as I am concerned, that shouldn't happen. Ooh. Interesting. Why is that? SSG. Okay, you know what? This is a hackathon, and therefore I'm very close to taking an executive decision of deciding to do this in the hacky way, which I personally feel would be fine in this situation, but you may disagree. So it's up to all of you. It's like this is working on here. It's just I don't know how to adapt this into code. Like I got this. Oh, I am dumb. Okay, I now know what's going on here. We have multiple groups inside of this, and so it's matching multiple times. Okay. Now I know what's going on. I can really easily fix this. TLDR, friends, is the same issue was effectively happening as was happening with that ET, is I was matching the first one. I wasn't matching all of them, but I was effectively like kind of looking for, hey, this is an example one, but then I want to match the groups inside of this rather than I want to go and match this entire group 3 times is effectively what went wrong there. So if I do @LXG share bot, not quite what I was going for, but it's closer. I just need to like make sure I've got the exact same thing as I have here in here. So let's have a look. There should be this and plus G. Okay, can I just really hackify this and just do it in like a group? Regex groups named. How do I do like a named group? Actually, I don't want to do a named group. Regex named group. Oh, I'm Googling the same thing, regex group. And I want to, like, I want it to just be groups that contain all of this in total rather than groups that are not everything in total. I am like, I know your friends like, you're just like, hacky way. I can do it in a hacky way in a minute. I'm really, really curious about what's going wrong here. Because like, it has been a hot minute since I last did this. I think, okay. So TLDR is I am fairly sure these brackets are causing it to be a second group, and then we don't want it to be a second group. So in some ways, JavaScript's smart, and it's saying, hey, there's a group in here, so I want to split this group out separately, and then the entire thing. And I want to store these as separate things and then list them all out, which would be really useful, actually, if that was our intended behavior, but it's not. So it's good to know that it will actually split based on everything. Probably still deploying. Or it's not working. Oh, Jesus, what did I do wrong? Interesting. Okay. Cannot send it. Okay, that's all empty. Okay. I now understand why this isn't working. So that's the good news. The slightly less good news is I don't know how to fix it. If I put all of that in a group, is that going to work? Like, because at the moment it's not working because there's not a group. We need to make it so there's a group for it to match, and so that it can go and throw that specific group in chat. Sorry, like, I wasn't planning on this being a regex stream, friends. Oh my God, it worked. Admittedly, there is still empty text, but we're going to call that a formatting decision. That is what that is. That is intentional for sure. Okay, so we have got it so it is spitting out our schedule for our day. And so just to prove this isn't hard-coded, I can replace 0 probably with 1, probably. We'll find out if I can. And I am fairly sure. No, I'm not. That's wrong. I can do 1, 0. I actually have no idea. What can I do? I still have my crawler. Okay, I have no idea. We'll find out. But long story short, I can go and now run this and hopefully get a different day's data. Or not. Or not. So let's look at the logs, because AutoCode does give us our logs. Cannot read property 0 of undefined. Well, in that case, let's go and get this, and let's see what this is giving me. So query result 0. So query results, no, not meta. Query results 0. Text. Okay, 0, 0. What happens if I just do console.log query results 0? What's inside query results 0? I am curious, because I have forgotten what we've had. Yeah, Hannah is saying, hey, like, just having the spacing is a stylistic choice. Minimal design, you want lots of white space. Now, I would not recommend having white space because your Discord should be on dark mode. But hey, I cannot read property 0 of undefined. Interesting. But hey, this is what we want. So, okay. So we want 1, 0. But I am. Oh, okay. This. Okay, so this text is text. And so we want like 0, which is containing all of that data, and then say 1 we'll do the next day. Okay, cool. So like now LHC share bot should get all of today's stuff. And so fingers crossed, if we do this, we're going to see all of the data for today. Yeah, Discord, and there we go. You can see here, we've got at 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. right now, EST, create a web scraping application that helps your community. This is helping my community. And this GeoGuessr one at 8 p.m. is in 30 minutes. We're going to have this working within 30 minutes, and that's me and Ryan. So cool, it spits out data. And Discord light mode is being apparently blessed, saying it's for when you absolutely need to stay awake. I agree. That is what Discord light mode is for. So we've got it returning data when we ping the bot. We have that working. What we now need to do is make it so it pings the data for the day you want it. How are we going to do that? That is an exceptionally good question that I don't yet have the answer to. And that is why I'm going to have a quick think. Oh, how on earth are we going to do it? We're going to do it in a hacky way, because I don't feel like doing this properly right now. You probably could say, hey, get them to put a date, convert that string into like an actual date object, then basically try and match it up. But that sounds difficult, and I have half an hour. And so instead of doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first of all fix this spacing, because that is ugly, and ugly is not allowed here, is it, Blahaj? And instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, so let's go and rename this to something useful. And okay, so do a switch statement. So I'm going to say const, no, not const. I'm going to set this to let let requested date equals 0, just so we've got a fallback here. And I'm going to do a switch. And I want to get the contents of the message. And I don't know how to do that. But I have good news because I've done it in a project before. So I can look at that project and check how I did that. And I'm going to check if they mention a date. And then if they do mention a date, what I'm going to do is, well, you'll see. So let me go on to events, Discord, bot mention. Cool. So this is one where we connected to Google Sheets, and it was really, really cool. The code is not great because I did it really fast, but the important thing I am looking for is my big switch statement, which, if event.content.includes. Cool. So that is a really nice thing. And I'm sure if I do like, actually, event.content. Because I can't do a switch statement because it needs to be an if statement because we need to check if it contains. Event.content.includes. So local hack day is running from lhd.mlh.io. Local hack day is running from March 28th through April 5th. So if event content includes, this can be the biggest, most horrible input. Yeah, basically, Sunder, we're going to get the message input. That is exactly what we're doing. And yeah, keeping a stash of Mana Brew on hand definitely helps. I currently have Diet Coke because this is less than a week, friends. And so, like, I don't want to drink too much caffeine. Still have a job as well I've got to do in the day. So yeah, if event.includes, and we're just going to go, we're not going to worry about the day yet. Oh, could we? You know what? We'll make it work for day. But for now, we'll just do March 28th. But we can come back and make it so you can do the day instead. So it includes a day requested. Day is equal to, this is horrendous code. It's okay. We'll come back and clean this up later. Elif event.content.includes. God, this is awful. There's got to be a better way of doing this. There is a better way of doing this, but I don't want to do it on stream, so I'm going to make you guys do it. Long story short, the nice way of doing this, which is not horrendous, is to store all of this in an array and then query the array and see. I really don't like this. I'm just going to write this terrible code, friends. Okay, I'm going to complain about it, but I'm just going to write it. And we will come back and fix this. If you're in Blahaj Gang, we'll probably do it like in that Discord and test it. If you're not, I will make sure we do share it, probably on my Twitter. You can go follow @JackBiggin if you haven't already. It's here. So yeah, I'll go tweet out kind of if I do manage to get a working version. But for now, we'll just go and do it in this horrendous, awful code way, and then we'll clean it up later because that can be tomorrow Jack's problem. For now, and to be clear, don't ever do this. This is terrible practice. This is like the worst possible thing you can do. Like, this is worse than agreeing to play GeoGuessr with Ryan Swift on stream. But yeah, we'll work it out. Hey, at least it works. Exactly. You know, it's a hackathon. Our aim right now is not to get the best code ever. It's to get code which somewhat works, is what I'd say. You know, again, like this match is not going to work well. You know, this is gonna crash and burn very, very easily. But ultimately, I'm kind of good with that because it doesn't matter. You know, we can come back and fix it later. It's not like we're doing some big enterprise thing. You know, this is for a tiny little community, which has now got 250 members in, which is strange. But it doesn't matter. You know, at the end of the day, we can deal with the consequences of our actions later. Hey, and how are you all doing, by the way, friends? Like, how have any of you managed to kind of do cool stuff? How's life going? You know, has anyone had a good local hack day? Have you done anything cool at local hack day? I'm really, really curious to hear what you're all up to. And then I'm just going to make it fall back to else requested 8 is equal to 0, just as a callback, as a fallback even. So yeah, that's kind of how we'll do it. But yeah, how has your local hack day been? Have you had fun? I really, really hope you have had fun. I've had fun kind of meeting you all. It's been really, really fun. And the best thing is we're running on Monday and we're running for the entire week. So make sure you're checking stuff out if you haven't already. Okay, and so now, oh, why is that erroring? Oh, Do I really have to go and add an extra bracket to all of these? Yes, I do. Cool. No problem. I can go and add an extra bracket to all of these. Yeah. So much done with the Hajj gang. I'm so happy, Hannah. Has anyone in a different guild done anything cool? You know, has Eddie Hood decided to take over the world? Why is that not working? What have I done wrong? I don't understand. Okay, now no. What have I done wrong here, friends? Else if is JavaScript. That's what I've done wrong. To be fair, that does feel like my life decision sometimes. Let's go and do this. Cool. And then we can go add all of these missing brackets in that I missed out. Yeah, it's really difficult to live code sometimes because you'll be like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I have a plan. And then you'll turn the stream on and you'll be like, oh, I don't have a plan. That's fun. So if my message includes one of these, I appreciate I'm not in the message. Oh, I am in the message, right? Yes. So then I can do requested date. So yeet is equal to that day's events is going to be equal to for the requested date. We're going to split, and then we're going to go and split it into Discord. So in theory, we have just done a thing. If you highlight your oh, you can do multi-color select. I was not aware of this. I love this. How does that? Oh my God, it's the future. Command D is the best thing ever, people. Check out Command D if you like coding. That has changed my life forever. Okay, I did not know this existed. Let's go at our bot. Let's ping at LHD share bot. It should gracefully fail if I don't put a day. Doesn't look like it's going to do. What have I done wrong in my log? Yeet is not defined. Yeet is always defined. Yes, that's because I renamed it because I am not a dumb child. Split events. Do this. Cool. Then I will paste this business in for all of you. And, we will be sharing this code afterwards. I promise. I'm going to tell you now, I'm on stream until at least 9 p.m. tonight, so I cannot guarantee, I'll get it done tonight, but I will try my very best. I have challenges to complete too, I want all of you points at Local Hack Day. I'm competing in the same way you are. There's a blahage on the line. Test is not defined. Is it not? Where am I trying to use test? Oh, here. Silly me. I'm not even using that anymore. Cool. Save. I do quite like how quick it deploys now. It definitely seems to be faster than it used to be, which is pretty cool. Makes my life a bit easier. I say as it errors out on me. V is not defined. Where did I use V? Oh, there. Sometimes you just make typos and none of them are fun. And I will be adding comments into this as well. Oh, someone says I'm amazing. I'm not amazing. That 1 meter long plus shark over there is amazing. Don't be silly. Let's do at LHD share. Ooh, okay. So let's say I want to see what tomorrow's events are, and tomorrow is March 30th. And I can do at LHD share bot March 30th. And there we go. It spits out all of the things. We did it, Reddit. Okay, and so now there is one last thing to do. Okay, and that is on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I hate myself right now? 10. Okay, cool. Let's do do I? Yeah, let's just do const pretty dates equal to this. And I'm literally just going to go and put a big array full of all of these different dates in. And the reason I'm doing this is, in fact, I'm even going to put the full thing, is so that we can very, very easily see and insert these in. So we can say, hey, it's going to be Monday, March 29th. And then basically it's going to say, hey, the events on this day are blah, 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 blah. Tuesday, March 30th. And then we're going to be able to just match it using the current number. And there's going to be a much prettier way of doing this. I am positive. My gut instinct is the correct way of doing it is just to make a JavaScript object to handle it. But I don't really want to deal with JavaScript dates on stream. There is a March 31st, right? Yeah, because Thursday is the incredible April Fool's Day. And I don't know if you've got plans, but I have plans. You know, I see Ryan Swift on Thursday, and so I'm just saying. Friday, April 2nd. And then it's going to be Saturday, because Saturday comes after Friday. Saturday, this is, again, probably shouldn't be one line, but that's fine. April 3rd, Sunday, April 4th. Cool. And so, your meeting ended early. I am very, very, very jealous of you, Gianna. Okay, so then what we can do and say is, I'm going to go and, how should I do this? Okay, I'm going to go and do, trying to decide how I want to do this. I'm going to just push it onto split event. So JavaScript, add to start of array. That's what I want to do. And I'm going to do unshift. No. How do I add? Use unshift. It's like push, except it adds. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't understand this. Your bot works. Amazing, Sunderby. I am very, very, very proud of you. Okay, so I've got this. I want to array one. Okay, actually, this is my data. If I run this, I get an array of 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Oh, so literally anything in unshift just gets added to the start. So I can do, let's split events equal split events dot unshift. And at the start, I want my first thing to be upcoming events on. And actually, instead of it being in those quotes, I'm going to do them in backticks. And so we can kind of use templating. So we're going to do this, upcoming events on. And then I'm going to say pretty, what's it called? Pretty dates. Yeah, pretty dates. And it's going to be requested. I'm pretty sure that logic works, but you know what? We're going to find out, because the best way to find out is to not actually check it works and just do it. Why is that red? What have I done wrong? Done something wrong. Definitely done something wrong. Oh, yeah. Don't want another letter. I just want to do this. Cool. Surprised it doesn't highlight the entire thing. It just highlights the first character. That was interesting. So that works. And then we're going to go here and we're going to do LHD share bot. See what I did wrong in the logs? Split events.join is not a function. Is it not? Wonderful. Interesting. I wonder why. I'm not quite sure why, actually. Surely that shouldn't break it. Okay, hang on. Let me just make sure I haven't broken it in some like really obscure way. Let me just make sure this still works. So we do LHD share bot. Okay, so that pings, that works. And so it's this kind of unshift which is breaking it. What if I just do push? So what if I do, instead of this, I'm just gonna be like, oh, it's JavaScript. I can just do split events to unshift. I don't need to equal it. Because, yeah, okay. I'm being dumb. It will kind of just intrinsically do it. So I can just do LHD set bot. Okay, cool. And it's going to say upcoming events for this day. And then I can do on Sunday, March 28th. And then I can do blue, blue. And then, you know, let's add some emojis because emojis are important. So I'm going to do star2 and I'm going to do shark. And we can do, you know, shark star2. And so now if I say this and I do this, it should there we go. And then we can say, hey, what LHD share bot, what events are coming up on March 30th? It's going to give us all the events that are coming up on March 30th. That is pretty cool. We've done it. Like, I'm not quite sure how we did it, but we did it. And so now, just to prove this is not just going to work in my DMs, you know, I can go onto a server and I can come here and I can say, hey, at LHD share bot, Gonna work? Oh, hang on. And there we go. It's going to spit it out. I think the first time I pinged the group rather than the actual thing, which I need to go and make it so it's not called the same thing, because that is going to break things. Yes. Let's change the role name to bots. And there, we got it, friends. Look, I can do, say, at LHD share bot. Instead of creating it for Sunday, I want it to be for March 30th. I want it to go and spit them out. And there we go. So I want a challenge for you. And if you want to take this one step further, I'm going to throw the code right now. I think I can share. Can I? There is a way of doing it. Can someone help me out here? How do I make a public link so we can't edit it, but they can kind of like get read-only access to this? I am like 95% sure that is a thing. Because instead of pasting it, I will actually give you this entire project, friends. And then what I'll also do is I am going to come around and mess around with this in a bit, and we'll have a go of it then. I want you to be able to consume API, maybe? Everyone with a public link, get everything. See if that works. From any IP. Ooh. Should not have multiple permissions for the same scope. Should not have redundant permissions. I think that's fine. But, oh, we want any IP to be able. Okay, I know what's happening. So I need to go and remove this. And I need to revoke it first, I think. And so I can revoke it. I can go back. And I can share with everyone. I want to be able to actually use everything. I want to be able to actually use the API as well. And yeah, I think this means I've given you a public link. Let's have a go. Or advanced settings publish. Okay, cool. Okay, let me head back in. Let me click back into it. I think I pressed the wrong thing. Settings? Okay, let's go back into the editor. You may notice that when I am on stream, I am very, very bad at trying to do things. Bottom left, publish. I don't know when that got said. Hang on. Publish. Oh, advanced settings, publish source. Cool, amazing. Thumbnail, that's fine. You can use my profile picture, publish app. And yeah, you're all gonna be able to use this. I'm gonna clean this up a bit later on. And then here we go. Oh, how do I rename it? Let's go and call it something a bit different. So I can do readme.md. So I call it like LHD share Discord bot, and I'll come back around and clean this up later, friends. I just want to get it kind of out there so you can play around with it. And then after the GeoGuessr stream, I will absolutely, definitely promise to come back and clean this up for all of you. You can change. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. That's really cool how it just pulls from that. So here is our LHD share Discord bot. We'll go and clean up this README and make it so it's custom for LHD share. And I'm going to pop that into chat right now for all of you. So if any of you want to have a go of this code, you want to install it on your guild's server, you can do that right now. So have a go, play around with it and see if you enjoy it. But, you know, take it a step further. See if you can add in a different feature. See if you can add in a different command. See if you can make it do something even new. And then I promise, you know, we're going to come back to this page, update it and make it really nice and fancy, make it so it actually has documentation, because that would be nice. But hey, this is Local Hack Day. There is one more very, very important step we need to do. We need to open a new tab. We need to go to devhost.com and we need to submit what we have done. Remember, we are competing in guilds, and in your guild, you're competing to earn the most points. If I go to lhd.mlh.io and I go and click on leaderboards, right now, you know, it's a pretty big lead there. And also, you know, there's all of these different people, but the top is not too difficult to get to right now. And so, you know, make sure you are earning points for your guild by submitting these challenges. So let's go and submit this one right now. I'm going to go to the hackathons on DevPost. I'm going to go and find Local Hack Day Share, Day 2. It's this one. I'm going to throw that link straight into chat for you as well. So if you head to this link, you'll want to hit the Join Hackathon button. You're going to say, hey, I'm working solo. I found out from Major League Hacking. I've read and all of that. I'm going to start this project, and you need to make sure you are submitting everything to DevPost. So I'm going to say, hey, my project name is going to be Local Hack Day Share bot, elevator code. It makes it easy to find out the schedule for LHD Share 2021, not 2012, 2021. So that's pretty cool. You should go and fill this in a bit more than I'm filling in right now, just because obviously I am on stream with 10 minutes. So like, I'm going to kind of rush through it. My inspiration, I got sick of going to lhd.mlh.io and decided to make it so I didn't have to. What does it do? It scrapes lhd.mlh.io, pulls the list of events, and then outputs them into Discord. How did we build it? Love, sweat, tears, autocode. Challenge you run into. Jack is terrible at doing regex on stream. Something just we're proud of. The regex works, question mark. And what we learned, don't do regex on stream. Autocode is pretty cool. Web scraping is great for when there's not an API. And we built this using Node.js. We built this using Autocode. We built this using Love, Sweat, and Tears. And you can try it out using not that link, not that one. This link. We'll go and throw some screenshots on later. In fact, yeah, let's go take a screenshot right now. I'll even throw it on Discord and stick around because, you know, the end of this stream is not the end of things. I assure you that. And so, yeah, let's go and take a screenshot of my wonderful creation. Oh, no, that is not something you want to see. You're not allowed to see that. That shouldn't have popped up on that screen. So let's come here and let's take a screenshot of my beautiful, beautiful bot. You know, obviously, if you're doing this for real, what I'm going to ask, why is my screenshot thing not working? I feel like things just kind of crashed on my laptop just then. Hopefully you can still hear me. Let me open ClearShot again. Something broke there, I think. Cool, capture area. I'm gonna throw a screenshot in. So yeah, make sure you are like throwing a screenshot in if you can. Save and continue. And then when you are submitted, you know, you're gonna say, hey, which challenge are you doing? Well, I was doing a weekly challenge, I think this was. I'm currently submitting to the wrong one. Wow. Well done, me. Don't submit to the one I sent you. That was incorrect. This was a week-long challenge, and I should have realized this. So the correct dev post to submit to is this. Luckily, dev post has changed things, and so you can save it as a draft. And so if I just do join hackathon, I should have caught that earlier. If I do this, I can click import from portfolio, and then I can do, well, can I not? Interesting. Huh, dev post has changed how this works. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this and I'm going to copy paste this all over. And so we're going to do this. I'm going to duplicate these tabs. I'm going to come back here. You would think submitting to dev post was easy, but like not always, it turns out. But that's fine. So just going to do this again. LHD share bot. And then just going to copy paste it all into the correct dev post link. It is a weekly challenge. It is not a daily challenge. Sorry, friends, screwing that up. I'm just going to go copy paste all the contents over. Luckily, dev post does have an edit button, which is probably just as well considering I screwed that up. We'll have to go throw the screenshot back. It's fine. Why is it not working? Oh, Node.js, Autocode, blood, sweat, tears. And you can try it out at, where is my try it out link? I have lost it. Here we go. Awesome. So that is what we built today. I know I supposed to draft Aaron and did the wrong one. And we need to go and do a web scraping activity that helps, web scraping application that helps your community. Save, submit. You know, I and all my team members have read and agreed to the official rules, submit project. And you know, hey, if you're going to improve it, how about you do a stream for Local Hack Day as well? Because the really cool thing about Local Hack Day is that if you do a stream and you complete a challenge on stream, you get an extra point. And so, hey, let's go and claim that extra point as well. You know, I live streamed it. If you live stream it too, you can go and get a point. I'm going to go on twitch.tv/MLH. I'm going to see myself. And I'm just going to take a screenshot of this to prove I did it. This is really, really weird. And I'm just going to go and throw the screenshot in to prove I did it on stream. And that means we get an extra point as well. You know, if you do it on your own live stream, you can stream within your guild. You can do it like in a Discord stream. You can do it on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, on your fridge, at Periscope if that still exists. Whatever you want to do, you can go and live stream it as well. So hey, you know, share the love. It is Local Hack Day Share. That would be pretty awesome. And that's all for today. You know, I'll clean up this project. I'll make it actually a thing that is released. I hope this was interesting and I hope you all learned something new because I sure had a great time. It was really great seeing you all again. You know, normally I just see the Blahaj gang and, you know, it is really, really fun to get to spend some time with all of you. You know, if your stream didn't save, Gianna, you can still claim it. Don't worry. We're pretty chill. And yeah, I don't know if coffee or tea call counts as a stream because you're not technically streaming anything, but hey, you know, if you are actually streaming, you can go and claim points. With that, it's time for me to go and take a quick break, an entire 5-minute long break. So I'm going to go through to Ryan Swift's favorite thing, a local, no, not that, Ryan Swift's favorite thing, an MLH Prime promo. We'll then throw up a Hacker Tips promo, and hopefully by then we'll be ready to go and kick off GeoGuessr. So I'll be right back after this. If you want to stick around for GeoGuessr and have some fun, me and Ryan will be kicking off shortly. There is more points to claim for checking in for that. But if you want to hear the technical content, you can go chill, go spend some time with your guild and have an amazing time. So thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you learned something new and I hope you have an amazing rest of Local Hack Day Share. I'll be back next for GeoGuessr and then after that, I'll be back tomorrow for a intro to Arc.io where we're going to be building a taco shop. So I will see you then. Have a great 5 minutes that I'm not going to be with you, friends, or a great rest of your life if this was your last MLH stream. See you later.
Hackathon is a weekend-long invention competition. Students show up on a Friday or Saturday, dream up a crazy idea like a website, a mobile app, or a robot, and then bring it to life over the course of a weekend and share it with their peers.
From Germany and Spain here that I was talking to earlier, like people coming all over the world to come to these things.
We support tens of thousands of students at hundreds of universities to help them learn, build, and share brand new technology creations with the world.
It's like you always have these ideas and you know there's so much you can do, but until you come to Hackathon you don't realize you can actually do it.
For me, the most inspiring part is, you know, like the fact that sponsors are sending like the engineers to come here and talk to us, and we can learn so much from them.
We always look out for the new talent, new entrepreneurs to build new businesses so that we can really help them in that.
Hackers who attend MLH events are not the type of hackers that you hear about on the news. They're not breaking into banks or stealing your credit card. These are people who love the process of creating technology.
The energy and the passion that they have, I think we all need to pitch in and give them a wonderful experience.
Like just the amount of people that I've met through hackathons, the amount of like super cool friends I've met that are also passionate about building stuff, about just like making things and being creative.
This is my first one, jumping in deep into the pool, so yeah, I'm excited.
You come in and like oftentimes you don't know what you're doing, right? And it's just the ability to learn on the spot, to meet people who can teach you, to figure out a way of solving a problem.
Don't feel pressured to have to create something. Just go for it because the experience in itself is definitely worth it.